Hi YouTube, I'm gonna try to do this video. Obviously, if you see this, that means I was successful. It is hot. Basically, it is 90 freaking degrees today, and it's 2:50 p.m. I'm gonna try to show you this video. Like I said, I'm trying to sneak it in because it is, like I said, my iPhone, which is I'm recording off it, by the way, is y'all's the iPhone 11 Pro. So if it gets too dang on hot, it's gonna cut the dang on thing right off. Anyway, I'll try this really quickly. This is a 1992 Chevrolet s10 pickup truck. I know it says GMC right there on the grill, but it's, well, it's the same thing, guys. It's GMC grills, that's all it is. I'm gonna show the inside of the engine bay real quick. As you can see, the frame's actually in really nice shape. There's the plug-in. They've added an additional plug-in right there. Cab. Let me show it real quick. This is the hood. Sit on here. Like I said, I was trying to show you real quick before it gets too hot. Door does not have any rust on it, but it does have, and is the cap corners, a cap corner and and both rockers. Door cards are great. Interior's very nice. Cracked dash, obviously. Floor is done solid. Going to when I restore this truck, I'm gonna fix that right here. I'll smack it straight. Does need a little bit of weld work, body work. Still very solid. Just wire wheel it, put a little welds in it, grind it smooth, make it look great. On bell tail. Same thing with the top, just dents all over the body, which I don't care. Taillights are nice, aftermarket, factory bumper. Probably putting this off and put a rubber roll pan on it. Tailgates were getting replaced. Bed floor is not bad. Very hot truck. I don't mean hot like because it's hot outside, that's why it's hot. Dent right there, gonna pull it out. Same little spots on that one. Dents. Very solid. It's the side that needs the cap corner. Doors are rust free, surprisingly. Not dent free, rust free. I gotta fix a few dents, which is pretty easy to do. Only outers, not inners. On the cap corner. This also needs a door handle, obviously fixed. I don't know. I'll get that refixed at one point. Not full with it right now. Looks like I'm able to squeeze this in real quick. Nice truck. And as you can see, it's overall a nice truck. A motor blew up at 180,000 miles. It has the useless transmission behind it. It has the one for it's a 700R4, but the motor was originally a 2. This thing was originally equipped with a 2.5 liter Iron Duke motor. 2.4 crap. Or is it 2.4 or 2.5? Something stupid. It's the Iron Duke. And I'm gonna get down here before my phone goes nuts. Now that's an incredibly short video for me because, like I said, I don't want my phone going into hot protect mode, or it says literally temperature too hot and it cuts this video right off. I'm in a cool zone now, so it's not gonna do that. Believe me, it feels way better in here than it does out there. I have some plans for this for that truck. Truck is rust free. very much. I mean, for as far as the frame goes, it's perfect. My basic thing is ooh, it feels way better in here. I know a guy where he's got a Turbo 400 sitting at and a Chevrolet 350. I'm kind of debating on if I'm putting a 350 in there, or rock a 350 or do an LS. I'm doing a little bit of research already on parts. I'll go ahead and show you some of the parts I'm already looking at, because I'm gonna redo it. I'm gonna do the interior a little bit. I'm gonna make it look cleaner, obviously. I want to fix the dash a little bit better too, obviously. We'll get a glove box and whatnot. So far, I can guess. Think about, I'm gonna put that kind of gauge cluster in these. They're not too bad. They're available everywhere, honestly. And they're not bad though. You're not exactly DIY. I mean, you're not plug and play is what I'm saying on that. You gotta play with them and whatnot, but they're not too bad. I've seen a few of them done that way. And these work with, tells you all kinds of crap. You know, you gotta buy, like I said, here and there pieces with it. No, like it tells you like all kinds of crap. Gauge panel included. No, because it doesn't have pods and stuff. No. Iron meter included. No. Brake bias gauge included. No. Fuel pressure gauge included. No. Like I said, it doesn't tell you fuel pressure gauge and all that crap. This thing is more or less, this is what you see right here is what you're going to get. I'll tell you how much fuel pressure you have. Tachometer, yes. Speedometer, yes. Oil pressure gauge, yes. Water temperature gauge, yes. Voltage, yes. Fuel level, yes. Clock, no. That's why this is where the other one, transmission include, no. Oil temperature gauge include, which, like I said, it won't tell you for the trans and all that good shit. Water pressure, no. These are actually really designed. They're actually really nice. I think you got to run LS one, and I read. That's where this actually works for small block and LS. Yes, with an LS swap, we also suggest the use of, well, you can see on screen where it says and that would be really nice. Like I said, some of them are like, Dakota gauges single swap kit. Now, The reason why I'm doing that and showing that is because people have asked these questions, obviously, and this is from some of my viewers. Going aftermarket cage cluster is really good. Now, like you said in that one question, it will tie into FiTech. Now, some things will tie into it. If you want a full Holley EFI kit, you can run. They do make bezels where you can accept their small touchscreen, whatever. But like I said, you'll be paying a lot of money for Holley stuff. Now, if you want to run like I said, a FiTech system, run fuel injection on the LS, you're going to tie into the power harness and do all that good stuff. The gauge cluster, same thing. You're pretty much tying into your factories. Well, you're going to use their crap, and you're going to, you're going to read the diagram on there, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do a lot of rewiring, like you would if you would go standalone. And yes, it will work just fine. You'll have to use their cinders for what you. And like I said, it's easy enough. You can do 3 different setups based off of what they're requiring, and it's stupid easy. Honestly, it's not hard, not rocket science either. Like I said, I'm going to go after Mark Clasher because of the fact I'm going to run a V8 into it. I just don't know yet if I'm going to do a 350 or an LS. And I'm leaning towards LS, but I'm not 100% sure because of the fact that that's the most bang for the buck you're going to get is LS. Straight up. Because you're talking about LS, even on stock, to the tires on a full size Silverado, you're gonna get it gets about 270 to a tire, and that's with full tilt. What I mean full tilt, I mean like it's got the AC compressor, it's got which I would not run, by the way. So it's like 23 horsepower right there increase, so that's 300 to the tire right there basically. And like I said, I would run bigger headers, and there's more stuff for LS on it. Now there's still stuff for a 350. You can do the 350 swap on there. It's just going to cost it's just going to cost you more money. And a 350 will make about, to the tires, I would say roughly around 200 to the tires, to be honest. Now the 4.3 would probably put roughly around 160 to the tires. So I mean, you're getting about 40 more horsepower, and still there fun to drive, don't get me wrong. I mean, that's if you leave it stock. You put, now if you want to modify it, you put better heads in it, you're going to throw, you're going to put better cam in it and all that good stuff. Of course, you can do small things. You can do the same thing with LS. You can make the same amount of power as LS. I mean, but like I said, you're just going to start off a better platform on LS because of the fact that what I'm saying is there's no really wrong answer on that one or right answer. It's whatever your budget allows. Like if I went with LS, I would do like a 5.3 and then run a chomp cam. I mean, the Texas speed cam, the chomp. I think it's the chomp cam one, which adds about another 45 horsepower to your motor. I mean, I see them go from like almost 325 to the tire on a full size with the Silverado, with all the, like I said, with the full tilt and everything. So you can imagine, like, with I mean, just moss and a few things. I mean, I can easily turn that truck into like a 400 horsepower, almost 400 horsepower truck, which would be insane. And they're streetable too, by the way. It's not unstreetable. But that's, like I said, I'm just kind of debating on it. And what I'm going to get the motor price for, I mean, for motor and trans combo, what I'm going to pay for the transmission is worth more than the motor. I mean, I could turn around and resell the motor, and then turn around and get a LS motor. And that's all I'm kind of like debating on. It's like, hey, do I want to run LS? Do I want to run 350? What's going to cost more? And like I said, that's what I'm kind of debating on right now. I'm kind of leaning towards LS, to be honest, because of the fact that you get better horsepower, and then you can you get way better fuel economy. Like on a small block Chevy, you're gonna get about 10 to 11 stock. Well, not 11, but 12, 10 to 12, depending on how hard you're into it. LS, you're looking about 16. Well, 14 to 16, depending on how hard you hit into it. That's quite a bit of miles per gallon more. Plus, it's going to be about the same amount of power, 6-bolt main, and then now you modify it. That's where a huge one, like where I can hit the comp cam. What I would do to it, and power level wise, I would make it. If I decide to go real ape crap with it, I could still get around 10 miles a gallon. If I go real crazy and I change out the intake manifold on it. I do a lot of power add. I'll add a bunch of power adders to it, and then I can get about, and get around the 450 to 500 range. I'd still be okay. I'd still be around 10 miles a gallon, which is not good. Whereas in 350 land, I run a Chevy 350, and I'm like, it's gonna only go progressively down. I'll be definitely in a single digit land. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a 350 motor. I mean, you can leave it stock, or if you want a little more pep in the step, then, and if you want more pep in your step, I mean, it's definitely a huge pep in the step on an S10, especially an S10. It's because to me that an S10 is like that's like the commercial. You're talking about a vehicle that's got a frame underneath it. It's a light, very, 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 very light, like incredibly light. Like I don't know how to describe it. It weighs way less than a Camaro does. And that's why the Iron Duke feels like it's still slow, because the fact that the Iron Duke's like really power, but you still like a decent amount of horsepower truck, like the 2.8 and whatnot. That's why when you start going from that square body style up to the round body, those trucks became a lot heavier. They went from 26. That tractor weighs like 2,600 pounds. Period. The way it sits. I mean, that's it. But with the stock, everything. I mean, with a 4.3 in it and everything, it'd be around 2,400. Now, when I get done with it, it's probably gonna be closer to 3,000 pounds, which is fine with my meat. That's not bad. That's still a lot of power to weight ratio. That's a huge amount of power to weight ratio. Triple the power almost it. Well, not triple, but almost dang on near double on it. And for not much more money. For not much money. Where, like I said, now this is where I gets better. But like I said, those square body ones, like I got currently, they don't weigh a whole lot. Now the ones with the other ones, like the 90, I want to say 95. I can't remember if it's 94 or 95 they started doing that. They went to a more of a round body. And they didn't quit that until like 04. It's either 04 or 05. And those weighed a lot more. They weighed like 3,500 and between 3,500 to 4,000, depending on if it was four-wheel drive or two-wheel drive. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's quite a bit heavier, and that's why this one's below the Camaro weight, a lot below the Camaro weight. Pretty much you're riding on a go-kart. I mean, well, not go-kart, but you're definitely riding basically a four-wheeler or whatever. I mean, it's heavier than a four-wheeler, but it's not. It's just a legal. It's just a legal go-kart, as far as I'm concerned. It weighs next to nothing, which is incredibly cool and incredibly light, and a lot of power. A lot of power. Insane amount of power. If you put in those things, then it would be a utinous. Now, those frames will not handle more than 400 or 500 naturally, without boxing and reinforcing it doing a lot of modifications to increase a little bit of weight, but you're also going to be like doing like triple, more than double and a half, 2.5 times the freaking factory power, or 4 times or 5 times depending on what, if it had iron Duke in it or not. So yeah, that would be insane. I mean, yeah, it weren't designed for like huge amount of power like that, but you reinforce the frame a little bit and then you do a little bit more tweaks, you can handle a little more power. I'm not going to go to the 500 horsepower club because I don't feel like welding a bunch of metal to it and getting it nipple dyed and all that good stuff and make it look. I mean, I could if I really want to turn it to. I might turn it to Pro Street. I might, but I really don't need to go. I don't need to go above 5. There's just no way I would want to go above 5. You're talking too much money. At that point, it's unreasonable, and you went from a pretty cool, all right, easy, nice, fun riding stock daily driver vehicle to like almost uncontrollable on the street. I mean, I know some people are probably going to argue to say that 450 between 375, because I have a feeling that if I go the LS route, it'll be right around the 350 to almost 450 land by the time I get done, somewhere in there. It's the tires, which would be insane for that vehicle. That'd be incredibly insane, and a lot of people would say that's uncontrollable almost on the street, and it's gonna be, and that'd be a one heck of a and then there's a bunch of people who will say like that'd be a one hell of a fucking daily drive. Then again, my argument would say, well, they make 700 horsepower cars, so they're street legal, so what's the difference? But I'm not gonna go past 5. Like I said, there's no way. I don't want anything past 5. It's just you're getting crap gas mileage at that point. The more horsepower you're adding to the vehicle, you're making it more higher on yourself for maintenance and whatnot. Where an LS motor, with the simple modifications that I want to do to it, if I go that route, is not going to be that hard to maintain. Whereas if I wanted to go extreme, then it would cost more and more and more and more. Because that's the whole goal, is I'm not trying to make something unreliable, and that's another thing too. When you get higher up there, you make your vehicle less and less unreliable. I'm trying to keep it within that's the goal for this truck build. Is I'm going to make, that's what it's going to be. What this truck is going to be. It has to be reliable, and it has to be somewhat safe. All right, and that's the whole thing: reliable and somewhat safe. Other than that, and also it's going to have a rocket stereo system. But that's just because I like stereos. But I don't mean like, I'm not going to go like 12s or anything like that. I'm just going to run like 6x9s or 4x10, 4x6 or something. I like audio, so I'm going to have audio in that truck. I mean, there's no way around it. I'm going to have audio. I love audio. So yeah, that's literally what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to build the truck around for, and that's what I'm going to do with the truck personally. Now, after that, yeah, I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to make it reliable, and it's going to be a nice daily driver. I think I'm going to get away with, pretty much get away with running a, well, I'm just going to be honest, but unless I'm going to get away with murder a little bit on this truck, I'm going to go either. I'm not sure which one to go yet. But whatever I decide depends on what axle ratio I want. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Get rid of that rinky-dink rear end that's beneath it. And I'm going to have to go to a stronger unit. I might have to go with a 4.3 rear end. And I know which one I want to go with. I'm going to look for one that's got a 01 or 02 that has discs in the rear, and I'm going to use that one with 373 ratio, because those 4.3s, from what I understand, and especially if I want to tear it apart and put a posi unit in it, those can handle around what I'm want to make power wise, 4 or 500. And the reason I want to go with this one is because I would like to have discs all around. I'm just going to be honest about it. I would like to have discs all around. I'm going to go for a different size rim tire on all corners. I'm going to run probably a 16, if not 17-inch rim. It's going to fit very nicely in it with a decent tire on it. And like I said, I'm just going to run I'm making a nice daily out of it. It's going to be nice and fun, very light, and it's going to be a really nice fun project to do with in general. And it's kind of funny, like I said, those who watched this before, they're gonna notice, like, I had a I think it was 87 or 89, somewhere in there, between 87 and 89, S10 red one that had, and then I'm having to, I got forced to basically do a deal and on it, and that ended really, really badly on that deal, and I can't really legally say anything about what happened, like how bad it got, but the S10 no longer is available. The person that we ended up doing with on the deal was, well, they're no longer talking to neither one of us, actually. My roommate and current roommate. I don't know the sentencing yet. That's kind of what I'm holding up on a little bit on this part, if you guys are wondering. But this is another video. I'm gonna end this video right here because I'm going to go to a tangent about the next video about. So you're all actually gonna get 3 videos in a day. That's actually really nice for you to. As always, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.